Hey, it is Andy here with the Fence Post Indie Music and Vinyl blog, continuing my top 22 albums of 2022. How's that for a tongue twister? Lots of T's in there, gotta love the alliteration. You can see all the albums that we have covered so far, and right in front of me I have, well, 9 more to go with number 10 in the queue. So, without further ado, let's get started. In at number 10 is Broadcast and the Maida Vale sessions. There are bands you have loved since first discovering them, and others where it requires a moment in time to have that big, mind-blowing aha. If you're me, the latter tends to come with a sizable groan and punching yourself in the nuts because, I mean, come on, why haven't I checked it out before now? Maida Vale Sessions was that for me with Broadcast. Despite having listened to Tender Buttons a few times, it just never really seemed to sink in until now. And holy fucking shit. Listening to this album really made myself ask, what the hell was I thinking? Number 9, Porridge Radio with Waterslide, Diving Board, Ladder to the Sky. Now, I was a year late in the game on Porridge Radio's 2020 LP, Every Bad, so I made sure to snap up the secretly Canadian exclusive pressing on highlighter yellow translucent vinyl when it was announced. In fact, I even have one of the little cards that is signed by Dana, and that only had 300 available. Waterslide, Diving Board, Ladder to the Sky follows Every Bad, but isn't nearly as raw or punk. And while those elements are things that I really loved about Porridge Radio's 2020 album, their absence here is actually kind of welcome. Porridge Radio still resides within a post-punk realm. There's just a greater emphasis on synths. Dana Margolin's vocals remain just as aching and grating and seemingly angst with teenish stuff that is really damn close to being emo. I'm cool with that. Number 8, Skinty Fia by Fontaines DC. I absolutely devoured Skinty Fia this year, and I probably gave it more listens than any other album while riding my bike in 2022. And I logged over 2,600 miles. It's an extremely well-crafted album, and I found no better description than what can be found on the promotional material surrounding it. And I'll quote, "Part bittersweet romance, part darkly political triumph, the songs ultimately form a long-distance love letter, one that laments an increasingly privatized culture in danger of going the way of the extinct Irish giant deer." I can dig it. Number 7, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. As a collector, you'll probably get the question as to whether vinyl sounds better. There really isn't a good answer, aside from it depends. I can point to some records that sound notably worse than their digital counterpart. With others, there's really no difference. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, to me at least, is noticeably better. At least when it comes to my pressing, which is the Target exclusive on silver vinyl. I'll admit it's not quite as monumental as his 2017 endeavor. Damn. There's a lot to herald here in this album, from openers like United in Grief and N95 to the pair he performed on Saturday Night Live, Father Time and Rich Spirit. Then again, Kendrick Lamar has shown time and time and time again that he is among the best lyricists and rappers ever. So none of this should be a surprise, really. I mean, right? And to conclude today's list, Tempest in at number 6 with The Line Is a Curve. Now, I went on a bit of a hip-hop deep dive this year, and I was quite surprised when Nothing by Kendrick Lamar or Billy Woods entered my top 5 artists or songs of the year. Now, one artist that caught my eye a bit more recently is spoken word artist and performer Tempest, who released their first album in 2022 since coming out as non-binary. Their record, The Line is a Curve, features other artists like Brian Chatton of Fontaines DC, Confucius MC, Kevin Abstract, and many more. I cannot get enough of this album. There it is, 10 all the way down to number 6 on my top 22 albums of 2022. Stay tuned, I've got my last 5 coming up very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.